Biafra, my man. Oh yes, so run no me wanna wash nana. Biafra, my man. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Obamomo. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Urobo dialect and Isoko. Lucky star is sinking low, sinking low. Udogu, Biafra. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Nieruwe yo witruwe salute. With the same the freedom you brought to do well for us. Urobisoko with the same no. Amorutamo agbada guru. PM Simon Joko, you have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tithe cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo and Isuku, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister, say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Oh, Amorutamo Agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada Guru. Urobisoko with the sedo. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the food that we eat. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the sendo. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the sendo. Claradim say you are so good. Anna Wabadaguru. Amarotomo Agbadaguru. Amarotomo Agbadaguru. Urobisoko with the sendo. Urobisoko we throw a salute. Even lucky star, it is say do. You do well, it is say do. Brgie said, you do well, we salute you, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amarotomo Agbadaguru. I am in tears of joy. For your good work cannot be quantified. Oh, Amorotomo Agbadaguru. Ewo, Isuko Bidise.
Those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. You do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Poroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra. When the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. Oh, when the Poroku, Makamwero Wangi. Oh, when the Puruchekwa, Makamwero Wewu Biafra. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Oamadike no na donjon, Umukekweki here meyae. Bodike, Mosike, Rurajobadike. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in SI, Master Simon M. It wants to smooth the street Gabani to Naibu. Nobody has done for my Ebudo or Guinea. Master Simon Epa, Emesu Wokwere, Onyendu. Iye Jamalike, Imapa Simon Epa Wukie. Iye Jamalike, Simon Epa Watakatabo. Ojuda Kwenyi, Mwiwere Onyendu Kine Betata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Prime Minister Veronin, Aniga Manuga, I will follow you, Anina, I will follow you, I will follow you, The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Ogwe Kucharangwe, Master Simon Epa, or Guinea. Master Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Gaga, Nogu, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Kwipolonyendu, Kine, Menata. I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, Ross, I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back, I will follow you, Prime Minister Veronin, Aniga Manuga, I will follow you, Anina, I will follow you, I will follow you, Oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Poroka Biarole. Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic government Awutie. Iye Jamadike, Commander General Lekwejiri. General Buduso, Suna Atakata War. Commander
Maka Biafra, we're on Putarani onye ndu, Simon Eba, Oba Tobie.
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day Chukwa Biama Binigwe whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I welcome every one of you who has connected to this program. If you are joining me from TikTok, I welcome you. If you are joining from the Facebook, I welcome you. And those of you who are connected to me from YouTube, which is where I'm hosting this program, I welcome every one of you, and I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of you. From my end, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. I can see my brother Karuma Gale, you are always here. I welcome you. My beloved sister Linda TV Show, I welcome you. Please join Linda TV Show on her platform to get information about Biafra on daily basis. Join Linda TV Show. My brother Jack Achoyu, I welcome. Igwe Sele Osondu, thank you so much for joining. I welcome you. Opoke Okereke, thank you for joining. I welcome you. Irene Ehi, my sister, I welcome you. Isaac Soporuchi, thank you so much for joining. Isaac, I welcome you. Benjamin Chikodi, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Chides Aham, I welcome you. Chides Daniel, I welcome you. Helen Peters, I welcome you, my dear sister. And everyone that has connected to this very platform, whether I mention your name or not, you are highly welcome and you are special. Clement Aneto, I can see you there on Facebook. You are there. I appreciate you. Oliya Godwin, I can see you. I welcome you. And every other one that have joined you there. And everybody that is joining from TikTok, I welcome every one of you. I appreciate you. I say, may Chukwu Okuka be my guide and protect every one of you. James, I welcome you. We have come once again, as we always do, and for the sake of those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, and those who are joining us for the very first time, I want you to know that this platform where you're watching this program is a platform that is under the Biafran government. In this platform, it is a platform that is under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack individuals or persons. We do not come here to attack any tribe or race. We do not come here to attack any religion. We don't come here for propaganda or saga. What we do in this platform is to bring the plight of the Biafran before the whole world. Honor Bright Kings, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. In this very platform, we bring the plight of Biafran people before the whole world. Malaki, you are welcome. In this platform, we expose the secret of the Zoological Republic. We expose the war that they have declared, and they are fighting against us in Biafra land. In this platform, we debunk every lie they have told against us, against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We debunk those lies on this very platform. What we do in this platform is to encourage Biafrans to continue to hold onto their legitimate rights for self-determination. Self-determination is not a crime any place in the world. International law supports self-determination. African peoples and human rights law supports self-determination. Nigerian law itself supports self-determination. You will ask, why then is Nigeria criminalizing the IPOB for asking for self-determination? It is sad, but the reason is not far-fetched. That is why we have to come online on a daily basis to encourage Biafrans to hold onto their rights. Another right that Biafrans must hold tight to is the right to self-defense. The right to self-defense is the right that belongs to every human being on the planet Earth. You can agree with me that animals have the right to self-defense and they defend themselves when they are being threatened. Plants defend themselves when they are being threatened. How much more human being created in the image of Chukwu Okabia? International law permits you to defend yourself. African peoples and human rights law permits you to defend yourself. In that same contraption called Nigeria, their law permits self-defense. We have seen their their Minister of Defense. We have seen the Minister of Defense on video calling for the people to defend themselves, telling the people, don't wait on your military, defend yourself when you're being threatened. We have seen on several occasions where even governors called on their people to defend themselves. But when the Biafrans rise up to defend themselves, they criminalize us and they call us names. But will that stop us from defending ourselves? Never. It won't. We will continue to defend ourselves against the terrorists. It is much more important for you to defend yourself now than ever because the terrorists have taken over the zoological republic called Nigeria. As we speak, the zoological republic of Nigeria has been taken over by the terrorists. If you refuse to defend yourself, you are going to pay a heavy price and you have yourself to blame. It is much more dangerous in this situation now because the government of the zoo have been hijacked by the terrorists. Nigerian government has been hijacked by the terrorists and they are acting in the open and boldly. When we talk about the hijack of Nigerian government by the terrorists, it is not a joke. Some of you are not paying attention. It is not a joke. And I am going to play some videos to back up this claim today. Before your own very eyes, terrorist groups were recruited into the Nigerian army. The terrorists were recruited into the Nigerian army before everybody on video. The recruitment went on. They called them repentant Boko Haram. I don't know if there is any country in this world where we have that term, repentant terrorists. And you take them and introduce into your military, into your police. Then you release them to Biafra land where you feel that the people don't have the right to defend themselves. And today, they commit different kinds of havoc in Biafran territory. And today, they are terrorizing the Biafrans, taking innocent life on a daily basis. And you want us to pretend that nothing is happening. You want us to pretend all is well. You want us to fold our hands and watch the terrorists run over our land. We will not. In Biafra land, you can see the footprint of these terrorists. When we say that the terrorists were recruited into the army, some of you do not understand. You think it's a joke. But you don't take time to go and investigate. That is why in this platform, I call on investigative journalists. If you cannot go down to Nigeria, go online and make research about the terrorists in Nigeria. You will discover how the government is funding them, how the government is recruiting them, and how the government is embracing terrorism in one way or the other, directly and indirectly. I want you to watch this video, the recruitment of the terrorists in Nigeria. Amen.
Hello,
What you saw there is the video of the recruitment of Boko Haram into the Nigerian military. And the person you saw standing there is your present-day vice president. The today vice president, then the governor of Borno State. You saw him there. This is one of the men who was sponsoring the Boko Haram, who formed the Boko Haram. You saw him there, recruiting the same Boko Haram he formed into the Nigerian military in the name of repentant Boko Haram. This happened before the whole world. Nigerians were watching. There was no uproar. The same man that formed this organization took them and told you that they have repented and introduced them into the military. Today, they have taken over the Nigerian zoological military. What you have in Nigeria today is a bunch of terrorists. They have even succeeded in eliminating some genuine soldiers among them, more especially people from the south. There have been several incidents that reported where they turn and shoot at their own fellow soldiers who were supposed to protect and defend the people when they were fighting against the insurgency. This happened before the whole world, on video, televised. And the Nigerian people kept silent. All they care to talk about is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why must Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ask for self-referendum? Why must Mazi Simon Ekpa continue to talk about Biafra? Why must Mazi Simon Ekpa continue to demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why must Mazi Simon Ekpa continue to talk about the restoration of the independent state of Biafra? But look at the people trying to introduce terrorists. They have not even trying to introduce terrorists into the military. There was no uproar. It became a norm. This is not the only one. This was one of those we captured on video. There are several introductions. We have seen them put 500, 1,000, 1,000 on several occasions. And today, the whole military is bastardized. And what do you see? If you want to see their footprints, just focus on Biafra land. When you look Biafra land and you see the operation of the army in Biafra land, what they are doing is exactly what the terrorists are doing in the northern part of Nigeria. What the Boko Haram are doing in northern part of Nigeria is exactly what those in uniform in Biafra land are doing. They go into the house of the innocent people, they burn their house, set their houses ablaze, destroy their businesses, and take innocent lives. Unarmed civilians, we have seen them on video, which I cannot be able to play here because of restrictions, where the military, with their chain gun, open fire in residential area. The same thing Boko Haram is doing in northern part of Nigeria against the indigenous people. Today, the indigenous people are taking over, and people feel less concerned. You are busy talking against the Biafran people who are asking for their legitimate right of self-determination. In this same country, somebody came on national TV and said that a member of Boko Haram can become the president of the zoo. Only in Nigeria you can hear this. That a terrorist can become a president. Somebody said it on national TV, and I'm going to play it for you. When I say things, I play it on video so that you wouldn't say we make it up. If you want to see the videos I'm playing, if you're watching from YouTube or if you're watching from Facebook or from TikTok, if you join me live on YouTube where I'm conducting the program, you're going to see video evidence of everything I'm saying. Somebody came on national TV and said a terrorist member can become the president of Nigeria if they claim to have repented. Only in the zoo will this kind of a thing happen. Only in Nigeria. You can't hear it in any other part of the world. You dare not say this in any other part of the world, but in Nigeria. It was said and people celebrated it. There was no uproar. But when a Biafran stand up and say, it is time for us to go, we can no longer be part of this criminal entity called Nigeria. They come after us. And I want to play the video for you to see. Somebody before the whole world said it, that a member of Boko Haram can become a president of the zoo. Today, you have your vice president as the leader of the Boko Haram. And you are surprised. It was said, and when it was said, every one of you went about your business as if it is business as usual. Watch it.
An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country.
Did you hear it? A general was saying that an ex-Boko Haram stands to be a president of this country when they claim to be advocated. The person you saw speaking on video before the national TV is a general. That a member of Boko Haram who claimed to advocate can become your president.
An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country.
General Abdul Malik said it. On national TV, you can see it was reported by channels television. And still, everybody went about their business. Today, the insecurity in Nigeria has become so much because it is being caused by the government itself. The government took Boko Haram, embraced them, and handed Nigeria over to Boko Haram. What you are seeing playing out in Nigeria is the Afghanistan scenario. That is what is playing out. That is what is playing out. The Zoological Republic is already in the hand of the terrorists. And that is why the Biafrans are moving as fast as we can to get away from this very time bomb before it explodes. We are trying to walk away from this time bomb before it explodes. That is why we are focused, very, very focused. Today, the only thing that qualifies you to become a military man in Nigeria is to join a terrorist group. Once you join a terrorist group, you come out and you say you are repentant, you become a general the next day. This is the situation of Nigeria. And if you think I'm the only one saying it, I want to hear it. I want you to hear it from the public, for you to understand what we are saying.
To join Nigerian military now, how I see it, go join Boko Haram. After 1-2 months, surrender yourself. Nigerian military will bring you about 500 or 1,000 Boko Haram who have been claimed to have been radicalized, what do they call it, have been engaged into Nigerian military. If you are seeing the danger ahead, it's easier. I'm a trained forensic psychologist. It's easier for you to rehabilitate somebody who is mentally retarded, either as a result of drugs or any other factor. It's easier to rehabilitate him and redefine his mindset and make him a better person and as well re-engage him to the society than to radicalized or claim to redefine or claim to rehabilitate an insurgent. An insurgent is an extremist that can sacrifice even his life. How do you in 3, 4, 5 months think you have radicalized this person? You have rehabilitated this person to an extent of re-engaging such person into a critical institution such as Nigeria Army. So once upon a time we had OPC, and these people terrorized the Southwest, and the government dislodged them because of the SSS in their activities. They were never seen as potentials to be re-engaged into the Nigerian Army. But here you have a terrorists, people who have seen Nigerian military to be their #1 enemies. Nigerian government will go aside the huge sum of money is spending on security because of this Boko Haram, will go and again spend more money in a way of radicalizing and then rehabilitating them, and the worst of it, engage them into Nigerian military.
You have had it. Sometimes when we speak alone, it will seem as if we are the only one speaking. This is a citizen of the Zoological Republic saying it. That the only thing that qualifies you to be a military man today is for you to join the Boko Haram or the terrorist group. After 2 years, you surrender yourself, and the next thing they bring you to Nigeria, and give you a captain or a major. And you heard it from him, which is right. In this same zoological republic, we heard about OPC. OPC did not commit the crime that Boko Haram are committing today. OPC did not endanger the life of people the way Boko Haram are endangered. But what happened? OPC was dislodged, and many of them were murdered in cold blood. We didn't hear that they put them into police or the army or recruited them into the forces. Even though they were much more intelligent and they are much more human, they were fighting much more for a right cause than this Boko Haram. But at every given instance, special preferences are given to the Fulani Boko Haram, the foot soldiers of the Caliphate, at every given instances. And you, after seeing all this, you still see somebody who claimed to be a Biafran will come and be talking about one Nigeria. You see a Biafran will come and be speaking against the Prime Minister of Biafra, the Republic of Israel. You see a Biafran will come and be talking against Mazen Nandekano. You see a Biafran will come out and begin to suggest, you will be making a suggestion of going back to your one Nigeria. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. And for those of them, I have a message for them. Those people who claim to be with Mazen Nandekano, who claim to be members of Fighting for Freedom or IPOB, whatever they call themselves, I want to give them a message from Mazen Nandekano.
They are part of sign agreement. New Nigeria. Let's move for New Nigeria. Me, you talk to me about New Nigeria. You're a madman. A child of Biafra. You're to discuss New Nigeria. Thunder will kill, destroy you and your lineage. These are the idiots. When they're talking, hey, the Fulanis are coming. They are coming here. The Gambari, they are coming. So when I was telling you before, you didn't know. So you did not know before. You were deaf and dumb. When I was telling you before that they are coming, you didn't know. They married that they were coming. Useless set of people. Psychophants. IPOB is consistency personified. We don't change. It doesn't matter what you do. You can write your garbage. You can yap and gossip from now till 2099. That is your business. We don't move an iota. Where we are is where we are. Our agenda is our agenda. We are not shaking. Not to the right, not to the left. Unshakable. Gossip from now till the kingdom come. Unshakable. Indestructible. This movement is indestructible. Not by man. They have not given birth to you to convince me to join New Nigeria movement. A bunch of criminals and bastards everywhere. I am a child of heaven. I'm a child of heaven. I don't engage in all this nonsense. Biafra is my mission. My parents died as soon as Elohim said it is there. Look at it, I've given it to you people. And he called them. Then I may move forward and then get Biafra. Nonsense. New Nigeria. Thunder fire all of you.
You have had a message from our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano. How can you say you are a follower of this man who spoke in this manner, and today you are forming a political wing? How can you say you are a follower of this man that just spoke, and today you are telling me to go for a better Nigeria or one Nigeria or whatever Nigeria? How can you, after seeing all these videos I have played, a country that have been handed over to the terrorists, and you are still there talking about one Nigeria? How can you, in 2024, somebody rose up in the House of Assembly and is asking for Sharia law to be implemented in every nook and cranny of the zoo, in their law, in their constitution, and you are still there thinking that we are playing, thinking that it is all propaganda? Everything we are saying is not holding water. It is a shame. But I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that today we have a man who is committed to the cause. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. No human being, just like Mazi Nandekano have said, will stop the coming of Biafra. we are all committed to the restoration of Biafra. It is Biafran first and nothing else. You're welcome, my beloved brother Chukuma Solomon. Thank you for joining. If you are there, my brother, go ahead and speak. Let's hear you, my brother Chukuma.
Good morning from my side here.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, my brother. I hope I'm coming up. Okay. I thank you, Kikabiama, who the owner of the life we are living. I thank him for giving us another beautiful day like this. And I continue to thank him in the life of our brother, Mazen Nandekano, our leader, and our Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Batonobi, and all the Biafra cabinet government members that are working very closely and seriously to make sure that we have our independence. And all the social media and our men on ground. I say, Mechuko came up in the country to protect them and guide them even as we are moving forward towards our independence. My brother, I will never forget to appreciate you for what you've done in your life. You always come up like this, and those that are still working like this with you. People are wonderful. Honestly, may people come and continue to add more grace and power and wisdom.
You see?
Upon your life, quake and shake and tremble, because whenever they hear the sound of the gospel, the enemy will continue to shake. So may he continue to sustain you people and provide you people more vision, more understanding, divine understanding, that whenever you are talking like this, the enemy will be confirming it, knowing full well that truth cannot be hidden. And it is only truth that can fight in the case of time. So my brother, I'm happy to be with you this morning. I have to be with us today. Honestly, you have said it all. And it is for every sincere person, clear conscience, and understandable-minded person to know that what we are seeing today is not a human being. It is God beast, human flesh. Bible say they are wolves, wearing sheep clothes. They are not sheep, they are wolves. It's quite unfortunate that even when they are saying they can manifesting, they still talk and see the thing that it will change or stop. I don't know the kind of damage black people have gotten to the extent that they don't believe truth again. Few of them, let me put it like this, few of them, because this gospel of Biafra that was preached by our leader have sink into the bottomless of every heart of any reasonable man. Nobody will say that they do not know or understand what Mazen Nandekano is talking about. Just because of selfishness and the heart and will be these people. Why not in me or we? They feel like let us ignore him. And they continue to feel like let us ignore him, and they continue paying heavy price on it. Look at it today. Do you know how many years it takes US to bring down Osama bin Laden? They prepared for it, work towards it, fight for it. On the day of today, they succeeded to eliminate the man. That's to show you the terrorists are not welcome. Terrorists are not familiar with the civilians. Terrorists are not familiar with people. Even government is afraid of terrorists. That's why they are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that their place is well secured. Today, what we have in this side, if anything can go. And I can't ask myself, does it mean say that the whole world is not watching this thing? Our people used to say in our language, mgbe ịdị afọ ka ihe na-eme nwanne gị itufuo ehu ma agwa ama na afọ ụbọchị ọ ga-erukwa nke gị you will be on your own. Now, let me explain it. When you see something happen to another person and it will always face, one day it will be your own turn. Let the whole world not think that they have all manner of sophisticated security system that nothing can happen. My brother, let me tell them, all these migrants and the so-called refugee camp or left and right that are flowing up and down all over this earth. It's part of it. Because those people will go in the guise of refugee or so what do they call them? People seeking asylum. They will stay there and they master the whole system of that place and to start a plate. After all, Osama bin Laden was raised in the US. It's a case study and case example. So now, and the other side too, Israel is fighting for the same thing, terrorists. You see that nobody is willing to accept terrorists in any form, integrated or not integrated, in any rehabilitated or not. Terrorist is a terrorist. So nobody is willing to accept it. But they are operating in this region, in this area, free of charge. Even being pampered like a pamper. Even pamper self, they even reach how they pamper these people. We bring them into the government and give them government uniform to continue that thing that they are doing secretly in a systematical way, in a normal way. Just like what you said, I saw the video when they went for when they went to one of those communities in Biafra land and start spraying bullets inside the houses that human beings are living. And this is the people that you were expecting us to say, they are your security. Call them. Now, upon all these things that is still happening today, that those idiots that are still believing that in one day to go to do better are hoping. And let me do you know the worst part? Most of these people we are seeing today are the ones that are guiding most of these general overseers, bishops and the pastors. Those worthy bishops and pastors. This people we are seeing today are some of them that are guiding them. And the Bible says, no weapon against you shall prosper. They are moving up and down with these people. Now, in the government too, because I consider the other side of Christianity, in the government, these people are the ones that are protecting the life and the property, according to their slogan. My brother, does the life and property protect in Nigeria? The answer is no. Rather, we will continue to lose life and property being destroyed. You see when they come to Biafra land, how they burn houses and destroy people's lives. This is the people that the whole world hated. This is the people that the whole world don't want to hear. See, that this kind of person now enter Britain, in British. Now they shout Allah Akbar, I'm a terrorist now. You don't know that people will learn. People will learn. But here, nobody will learn. I will say even repentant Boko Haram, they are their security, not my security. You will see it. Today, even when we are telling them, let them go and watch Shetima and Kunle interview, they will understand what is going on in Nigeria more better. Still, they feel like 8 years, the use one will go. My brother, every day it will continue getting worse. As far as somebody that is not having HIV, they inject him with a syringe where they inject HIV patient. That person has been contaminated. You are not having any HIV. You are not having any sickness. They use syringe where they inject sick person, inject the same person to that person has already been contaminated. The so-called terrorists, the so-called army are fighting against terrorists. I'm telling you, according to them, they now go bring the same terrorists that they are fighting inside bush, mingle them, mix them together, give them the same uniform and the same weapons. My brother, they have injected, all of them have injected, all of them automatically become terrorists. They can't differentiate them anymore. Their mindset and their action and their attitude are evil. So there's no way. So my brother, I'm happy as you are playing this. Why Chukwuka Abiam is making a way for us to exist this evil place. And my happiness is that so far so good, a lot of progress has been made. That if not Chukwuka Abiam, raising a formidable force. Because imagine that kind of voice is more than that. to stop these people. I don't know what will be our fate. And today, we gave him someone that has a lion heart, which can continue in a systematical way to make sure that this thing comes to pass. Our PM is over to you, and he's doing it accordingly. That's why you see us today sleep with 2 eyes closed, and we went about doing our normal business. Even though the war is ongoing, even though the genocide, because I will not call it a war, because we did not invaded any region. Rather, they invaded our region and start burning our properties and destroying lives. So, my dear, I am happy they come to our land and they will keep us. Our duty is to send them to Kukokama for verification and clarification and judgment. If you accept them, we give them 70 virgins according to what they believe. But if you not accept them, you know where you can keep them, because we don't have a prisoner or even to feed them. Things are very cost. So thank you, my brother. I'm with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. I thank you for that amazing contribution. I appreciate your contribution, and I welcome you once again. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching, as we are touching important issues on the restoration of Biafra, why we have to defend our land, why we have to do what we have to do. Today we can see, with all this video that I played now, you can understand that there is no sensible person, there's nobody that is mentally sound that will be proud to say that he will be part of the zoo. The only people that continue to be part of this very zoological republic are those ones who have sold their soul to the devil. Those who have no conscience anymore. You see them everywhere. You see them among the IPOB Nigeria. You see them walking from all angles and all corners, speaking from both sides of their mouth. And you see them even speaking against the Prime Minister, that is standing on the truth and nothing but the truth. Every one of us has to know that the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Prime Minister stands for justice, equity, and peace. The government of Biafra stands for justice, equity, and peace. That is what we stand for. And the world recognized that. That was why our Prime Minister won the award of the Ambassador of Peace. And when you want peace, if you genuinely want peace, you must have to prepare for war. Because those who do not want peace will war against you. If you want genuine peace, you must prepare for war. The whole world knows that scenario. It is something that you must do. It is sad that today you see some people coming online to display their stupidity. Every one of us know how our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, started. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in the UK. For more than a decade, he was sensitizing the whole Biafra land. He was preaching, calling on Biafrans to stand up and defend themselves, waking Biafrans up to know what is coming. In the UK, that was where he was based. The UK, Scotland, the UK police, they know his address. They know his identity. He's a citizen. UK police is one of the best police you have in the world. Undoubtedly. They know where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was for more than a decade, preaching the gospel of Biafra, sensitizing people. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was never arrested any day. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was never, ever arrested or even invited. He was never invited by the police any day. The reason was because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was stating facts. The reason was because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was fighting a just cause. The reason was because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for freedom, a just cause. You can go and see all the videos of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that he made while he was in the UK. Stating fact, using strong statements and words, speaking to people. Strong message that woke the Biafrans up today. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu preached. He preached the message that people are afraid to preach. He preached it because he knows his right, because he knew what he was doing. For more than a decade, he was never arrested one day. The reason was because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. Every single thing he was saying can be proved. And today, after they succeeded in kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, not in the UK, because they know you can't do that in the Western world. In a civilized country, you cannot kidnap an innocent man without an evidence. You cannot. You can't just go and kidnap somebody. You must have an evidence. But when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got to Africa, in Kenya, they saw a ground to do what they want to do. With the help of the same British, who he was in their own land preaching, because they were afraid of the people. They have to obey the rule of law. There is a rule of law that you must obey. It doesn't matter whether you hate somebody, whether you like, whether somebody is saying something that is good to you or not. The law must be followed. You must obey the law. As long as the person does not go outside the law, you can't do anything. You will be helpless. Whether you like the speech or you don't like the speech, you can't do anything as long as he did not violate the law. That was the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu until he came to a lawless continent. A lawless continent where the black men are living. And Kenya sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out. Allowed the zoo to go. Implementing the corruption that they are known for. They sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And he was kidnapped and tortured. And today, he is in the territory of the enemy. Even after he had won his case, they refused to release him. Today again, we were lucky to see an anointed man again that was recognized even by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Minister Mazi Samaneba, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra today is in Finland preaching the same message Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was preaching in England. The same message, the exact message that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was preaching in England, Mazi Samaneba is preaching the same message in Finland, and not only preaching, implementing the message. And some idiots will come and begin to analyze that why wouldn't Mazi Samaneba be arrested? He has done this, he has done that, he has done this, he has done that. Then they didn't arrest him because he's working for CIA, because he's working for some people. And when you listen to these idiots, you begin to wonder, where did they leave their mind? Where is their conscience? Where is their brain? The same message Mazen Nnamdi Kanu preached for many years, for more than a decade in the UK, he was not arrested. But today, you are expecting Mazi Samaneba to be arrested for preaching the same message. Even UK, with all their corruption, at least they still obey the rule of law. They know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu didn't go against the law, and they have no ground to arrest him or even invite him for more than a decade in the UK. And today, some people are expecting somehow that the Finnish government should hand over Mazi Samaneba to them for doing nothing. For doing nothing. And they come and speak about it. They even conduct a program. They begin to analyze and they say, why he will not be arrested is because he's working for CIA. It's because he's working for some foreign district. It's because he's working for this. He's working for that's what. So when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was preaching in the UK, you mean he was working for the government also, right? You mean that when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was preaching in the UK for more than a decade, he was working for the UK government? Is that what you mean? Or he was working for the Janjaweed? Is that what you mean? It's a pity that these people have lost it, and that is why we don't pay attention to them. My joy, the most confidence and joy I have in the restoration of Biafra dimension, the confidence I have is because Every single thing that is done in the Refuting of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister is legal. Today, we have a man in the aim of affair who is a lawyer, a politician, somebody who has served in the military. He read international law. There is no single thing that we are doing today that is unlawful, not even one. Everything we are doing today is based on international law. We are much more lawful today than we have ever been in the restoration of Biafra, in the struggle for Biafra. And in this era, we are no longer operating as an organization. Some of them will come and say, oh, that Mazen Simon Ekpa is trying to attach IPOB to what he's doing. Our Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, have said it in ABC. We are no longer in any organization. We are not an organization. IPOB Nigeria is on our own. We on their own. We are not with them. What we have today is the government of Biafra. Biafra, Republic Government in Exile. The government of Biafra is in charge of Biafran territory today. And every single thing we are doing is based on the government. This government we are talking about has a lobbying group, lobbying for them in Washington, D.C. We have liaison offices scattered across the world, registered in the countries where they are domiciled. We have never been as legal as we are today. The restoration of Biafra has never been as legal, documented as it is today. We have conducted a successful self-referendum that has been endorsed and recognized by strong organizations of the world. At this time, there is nothing we are doing that is done in the secret. All you need to do is to follow Master Simon Ekpa on his Twitter handle. Every single mission he has gone to, he put it out there in the open, except the ones that the people who are involved demand secrecy. But I bet you 99% of everything that is done in the Restoration of Biafra is in the open. All you need to do is to go there and watch for yourself and see things. Why would anybody that is mentally sound, why would anybody that is mentally okay still see this kind of evidence around you? And you are doubting the resolve of the Prime Minister. Why would you see the achievements of the Prime Minister today and you are doubting him? Why? The only reason you are doubting him is because you are not fighting for freedom and you have never ever fought for freedom. All you are interested is what you can get. Today, the debate across the world, debate in the Zoological Republic, even among the IPOB here, is how does our Prime Minister get money to fund the restoration of Biafra? That's the debate. And because they cannot be able to imagine the success he's making with the little amount that was given, they begin to compare it with the stealing they have been doing. People that controlled millions of dollars, and all they were doing is to steal this money from Mazen Nandekan. The group they told to go and negotiate with them. The lobbying group we are paying $10,000 per month. They were paying $80,000. $80,000. What was they paying? In fact, in one of the programs, Mazen Nandekan was mentioning $200,000. They were stealing this money. They take the money, they share among themselves with nothing to count. You were paying such huge amount of money. Yet, the issue of Biafra did not go to DC. People did not hear. Important personalities are still asking questions they never had. Only this time that the Biafra struggle has been legalized. And here are we, getting closer. We have conducted the first convention. The whole world witnessed it. And the second convention is coming up, which is going to start this very month, on 29th of this month. 29th of this month until 3rd December. Yeah, welcome.
My
Go
brother.
on, Chukuma. You want to say something?
Can I You see, this thing that you are saying is exactly what Chukwuka Abiyama has revealed to our leader. Because before this event take place, our leader have said something that the time has come when those that were born for this cause to come out. The time has come when those that have chosen for this revelation to come out and lead the front. And today, just like what you are saying, we all see what is happening. We all see what is going on. You see that just like I was normally say, many are called, but few are chosen. The question is, the question those people that are supposed to ask themselves, I am among the chosen one. Did I follow among the chosen one or not? And the answer is very clear. These people are not called, but out of hunger and frustration, they volunteer themselves. Hey, yes, let's go. We are there. Hey. Yeah. Now, the Westerners practice civilization, practice law. They do everything to protect their integrity and their government, to protect their people. Law has its own way in Western world. They can't manipulate it anyhow, even though they are not corrupting themselves now. But this kind of a thing that happened to our leader, who dare you to think about it, talk less of to committing it? Now, how do they plan this thing? They plan it in a way that will fit their plan, and it works because it is Chukwuka Abiyama that are doing all these things. Minus Chukwuka Abiyama, they cannot succeed. It is him that plan all these things and make sure that the thing go according to his plan. Look at the people that are shouting, hey, we want to be free. They need to make their call. They will get out. Now, look at them. They all fizzle out because they are fake. They are not real. They surrendered our leader, shouting, hey, you are there. Nwachukwu, Nnanukan is our savior. Today, I don't know whether we will still hear that voice again. Our Nnanukan is our savior. Let us sing holy, holy Nnanukan is our savior. I don't know that hearing it again. Now, for every layman to understand that freedom is not cheap. Freedom is not something we just come and get. You must sacrifice. You must suffer. You must fight for it. You must work for it. You must desire to have it at all costs. That is what is called freedom. Once you do not suffer, they just give you freedom. That is not freedom. They call it flag freedom. The person will be somewhere operating systematically. I mean, what will happen to you? That is what is happening in Africa today. They determine what is going on in Africa in their place. Because apart from now, many African people are now reasoning up and they start to reason like a human being. Otherwise, this kind of thing that happened to our leader in Africa couldn't have happened. But Africa is a lawless place. They determine what is going to happen in your place. Although you have freedom, people are independent, but they give flag independence. And that is why this thing happened. They choose a specific place that will match or suit their plan or grant them zero tolerance or even that no disturbance to execute their plan. Kenya is the best place. And they work accordingly. Kenya and Nigeria are the same people in the same bondage. They are the same, they colonize the same master. And they work accordingly. So now, his own infinite mercy granted
Your network is breaking up. Your network is breaking up. We cannot hear you anymore. We cannot hear you anymore. Your network is breaking up. Check your network is breaking up. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, we must watch out for the enemies of Biafra as they come. We must watch out. Don't allow anybody to confuse you or deceive you. The truth is out there. We are fighting the battle between the good and the evil. And you must embrace good. You must embrace good. If you will survive, you must embrace good. It's a battle between the good and evil. Don't pretend you don't see it. Don't pretend you don't hear it. I want you to listen to this message from our Supreme Leader, Mazin Nandekan.
And the Middle Belt the same. Fulani is gone. They have Alamajiri culture. They're a feudal system. They run a feudal system that they are impervious to reason. They can never reason. From now till the kingdom come, Fulani youths can never attack their so-called Rankadede, whatever they call them. But I'm sure Yorubas can. They should also do the same thing. Because the USA you love so much, America and Britain and Germany, they love to go and eat yam in. There are people revolted against corrupt politicians. Go and read your history books. They're all there. But all you're interested in is social media, what you can write. They stood shorty for him, get him there. Did I commit any crime? They don't know. They won't understand. Now listen again. Everything I read out, I ask you to Google. You're asking me why I'm angry. You're asking IPOB, why are you people angry? Why are you upset? And now today, you know why we're upset. You will know why we're upset. This is another one. Pro-Donald Trump rally in Nigeria leaves 20 dead, many missing. What was our crime? Alemajiris, the Fulani people, were demonstrating against Trump in Lagos and in Abuja. We assembled in Iguacha, in Port Harcourt, to celebrate Trump. They did not kill those who were against Trump in Abuja and Lagos. They came to Iguacha and killed over 20 of us. And you're asking me why I'm angry. Now you understand it, don't you? The funniest thing is that the American ambassador did not even tell the State House what happened. You know what they said? There was a clash. There was a clash between pro-Biafra groups and the Nigerian military in Port Harcourt. That was their official dispatch to State Department in Washington. It was a lie. Clash. My happiness is that my Yoruba brothers have now seen what we've been seeing all along. Look at Showore was locked up for no reason. People gathered to try and protest. They said, at last, they didn't say clash with. But that was exactly what happened to IPOB. Because they were writing from a position of ignorance, of which we have, of course, forgiven them. They will say it's a clash between protesters and army. We must protest. It is a constitutional right to protest. Exactly what happened in Nuremberg was a protest, only if you can say it that way. Protest against mediocrity, protest.
You have heard it. Some people will be asking, why are we angry? Why are we doing what we are doing? It is because of the injustice in this Zoological Republic. The contraption called zoo is so corrupt that even the corruption affects the diplomats in that country. It takes extraordinary grace for you to escape the corruption of Nigeria. It takes extraordinary grace for you to escape the bribery and corruption in Nigeria. Even the United States mission in Nigeria, even the United States diplomat in Nigeria, they are all corrupt. United Nations, the same. Amnesty International, the same. They are all bought over. These are people that has first-hand information of the situation in Biafra land, but they will never speak about it. Just like our Supreme Leader was saying, they report it as clash. They report it as clash. As we speak today, there is supposed to be an outrage in Nigeria with the report of the takeover of military places, military training ground. That takeover is supposed to cause an outrage. That takeover is supposed to cause something different. It's supposed to make the world shouting. But what do you see? Every one of them pretend not to see what is happening. Every one of them they just remove their eyes from it as if it's not happening. And even as of today, some of them have already started defending it. They have already started defending it that it's not happening. The kind of crime that is happening in the zoo, nobody is paying attention. Look at this very write-up. Look at this very one. Report from Sahara reporters. See? Attempt to expand Islamic law in Nigeria, in Nigerian constitution, through backdoor will fail. Lawyer Ali Pimi writes, Senate President Speaker. You see? This one is writing. You are still writing. You are writing. That attempt to expand Islamic law in Nigeria constitution through backdoor will fail. You think speaking grammar is what it is. You don't need speaking grammar. It has succeeded already. Your Senate president have been converted already. Remember, they have the majority. Cast the vote 1 million times, they are going to vote it in and it will go through. But look at you here, deceiving yourself that it will fail. And I want you to read what our Prime Minister wrote as a response. He said, the Senate president is already a Muslim through the back door. Olodo, you think you can write more than those who wrote against the Abuja Declaration of 1989. Exactly. The same way you said, Muslim ticket cannot fly in Nigeria. It cannot work. The same thing you were saying. They cannot take over. How can you have a Muslim president and a Muslim vice president? It's not going to happen. But it happened before your own very eyes. Nigeria cannot be Islamized. It's joker. It is happening before your own eyes. They cannot smuggle the Sharia law through the back door. It is going to happen, and you can't do anything. You can't do anything. The only people that have the solution is the Biafran people. And if you know what is good for you, support Biafra. We are not telling you to come on the ground and fight with us. Stay away. Don't be a hindrance or obstacle. Don't get yourself involved in any project that is going to stand against us. If you do, you are going to hit a Greek wall, and you are doing it for yourself. This is another report from the Sahara Report. It said, bandit attack Benue ex-governors Gabriel Soswan community. Take the line for 15 residents. 15 residents in Benue State attacked by bandits, and they lost their life. This is the kind of news you hear in the zoo. So they don't even report it. This is the few that they are forced to bring out. It is much more than what you see. The whole world is watching, and it is no longer the time we keep silent. The presence of the government of Biafra is making open door. Every report you are seeing today that is coming against the zoo is because of what our Prime Minister is doing. And yet, some people will be out there telling you that he's working for the CIA. Look at this. Former U.S. Secretary of State, Tinubu government says, only in Nigeria will bandits take over military training facility. Only in Nigeria. That is where it will happen. It can't happen in any other place, and you will not see outrage. But do they care? They don't care. They don't care. They behave as if nothing happened. They behave as if nothing really happened. Today we woke up and we hear that a facility has been taken over by the terrorists. And instead of them going ahead to do something, they are pretending that nothing is happening. Every one of them kept silent. They pretend nothing is happening. They didn't hear it. But I bet you the time has come. and we are going to act. You're welcome, DK. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and speak to Biafrans. I can't hear you clearly. Can you come closer? I can't hear you clearly. Your voice is very low. I can't hear you.
The two government released our leader. The two government have they released Nnamdi?
I cannot hear you, please. Can you just speak? If you're using a mouthpiece, remove the mouthpiece and speak to me directly from the phone. I can't hear you. Your voice is very, very low. I can't hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, better.
Have the Zoom government released? Have the Zoom government released our leader, Mazen Nnamdi?
You said?
Huh?
You said
have the Zoom government released our leader, Mazen Nnamdi from the prison?
No.
So I want to know the thing that we the people of Biafra need to do for the releasement of Mazen Nnamdi.
You want to know what we will do to make sure Mazen Nnamdi is released?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we all have been seeing, if it comes.
Okay, go on. I'm listening.
Huh?
Go on, I'm listening.
If you come in the area of every, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? If you come in the area of things that happen if you come for the area of things that atrocities that have been committed in our land in Imo State, all local government is too much. The extent that they have reached even Itoweri, Obigo Sashawato, Itoweri, for Nobu community, they have reached there, they have committed so much atrocity over there. So what are the Biafran saying over all those issues over there?
Who are those people committing the atrocity? Do you know them?
That is Nigeria government. They are Nigeria government. They call themselves Ebubago.
Okay. My brother, thank you very
much. I want to know.
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. You see, the case of Mazen Nnamdi, if you have been following up, every one of us know what Mazen Nnamdi stands for. Mazen Nnamdi, his mission is Biafra and nothing but Biafra. He's fighting for Biafra. And the only reason why they kidnap Mazen Nnamdi is to stop the coming of Biafra. That is why they kidnap Mazen Nnamdi. And if they succeed in stopping the coming of Biafra, they will continue to hold Mazen Nnamdi. If we want to release Mazen Nnamdi, we must not stop fighting for the restoration of Biafra. The only thing that can guarantee the absolute freedom of Mazen Nnamdi that he deserves, not the kind of freedom they gave him in 2015. After they let him go house, they will go home and they want to kill him. The only thing that can guarantee the freedom of Mazen is the coming of Biafra. The coming of Biafra. That is why we are not only focusing, anytime we are talking about the coming of Biafra, we are talking about the release of Mazen Nnamdi. They are wanting going hand in hand. You cannot separate Biafra from Mazen Nnamdi. You cannot. And what the government of Nigeria want to do is they want to make us to stop talking about Biafra, and we will talk only about Mazen Nnamdi release. If you begin to do that, they will never ever release Mazen Nnamdi because they will now understand that they have succeeded in making us stop asking of Biafra, which is something that Mazen Nnamdi has said. Mazen Nnamdi said any day that he wakes up, any day he wakes up and he thinks of stopping Biafra, that day that he should take his life. Then when it comes to the issue of the situation in Imo State, in the former old Imo State, in Ihituqua and other places you're talking about, it is something that is known by the government of Biafra. And the Liberation Army of Biafra is doing everything humanly possible to see that our people in the area is protected. There is no doubt there are challenges. There are challenges, huge challenges. We are very much aware of that. There are challenges that is coming from this zoological republic government.
So
we
you
know.
did.
And the Liberation Army of Biafra is making a huge preparation and progress on how to secure the people in that area. Everything that is happening in the YouTube or in the Imo state of that area that Hope is spearheading is noted. The mission of the Biafran government is to see that every life is protected. It is not a day job. It is not a simple day job. The whole thing is in progress. The Liberation Army of Biafra is in a progress to protect and defend the Biafra land. And we are going ahead to defend Biafra and protect it. That is why we are progressing from one state to the other. But I bet you after December 2nd, it is going to be a different ball game. If you are in Biafra land, all you have to do is to tighten your belt. Stay in the same place. Protect yourself as much as you can. Defending the land is compulsory and mandatory. You must defend it.
Mazi.
Yeah.
Mazi. I nwere ndị na m na-ekwu o nwere ndị Igbo ndị kwere na ha awụ ndị na m na-ekwu hello
yes
ọkwa na m na-ekwu o nwere ndị Igbo nọ n'ala ebe a na-akpọ Ghana because ọ Ghana ka anyị nọ so onye kwutere okwu gbasara Biafra sị gị na ihe ewepụ ọwụ ihe taa ka a na-ekwu okwu gbasara ya but o nwere mgbe niile mba because e gwere maka ihe gbasara ishu ihe a wee go phone because a gwara m okwu gbasara ama m the history etolitere nwa okorobịa etolite m wee ghọta na ihe a wee ebe nsi
your network you na-enye nsogbu chọọ ebe network na-enye nsogbu we can't hear you again. We cannot hear you again. Your network, I think, your network, check your network. We can't hear you again. We cannot hear you again. We cannot hear you again. Check your network. DK, check your network. We can't hear you anymore. We cannot hear you. We can't hear you. So the question...
can I come in?
Okay, go on.
Can I come? If our brother is listening, because network is disturbing her, just like what you said, I want just to chip in a little thing there, about one or two things there. One, in the religion of our leader, Mazen Nandekano, first of all, he have already explained to him, if we leave they are fighting for Biafra, focus on the reason of Mazen Nandekano, they will not see that they have succeeded to stop Biafra. So, my brother, we will first of all get Biafra independent, Biafra first, because that's what our leaders stand for. That's like our brother have explained to you. Once Biafra freedom have been secured, come that December 2nd, we go after all our, that's what they call a prisoner exchange. Just our PM have explained this thing before. If you are conversant with what is going on, you don't need to add this question, but we need to explain to you for you to understand more. So that's what they call prisoners exchange. We go into it. They will release all those people that are in different prisons. Hand over to us. That's number one. Then number two, our leader is not coming out again to stay under Nigeria supervising system. Our leader is coming out as a Biafra hero, and he will stay on Biafra land.
Your own network is also doing the same thing. We can't hear you anymore. My brother Chukuma, we cannot hear you. Your network is equally giving the same problem. Your network is giving the same problem. So every Biafran that is watching,
not the one that they did to him.
your network, my brother, your network is not okay. So my fellow Biafrans that is watching any place you are watching this program from, I want you to understand that the restoration of the independent state of Biafra is very, very important. It is something that we must put our heart in. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekana, has only one mission: the restoration of Biafra. Don't allow your selfish attitude, do not allow fear to make you walk away from this freedom. I do not pray for Mazen Nandekano to have the kind of freedom they gave him in 2015. That is not my prayer. The kind of freedom they will give him when he come out, they go to his house to take his life. No. If you want Mazen Nandekano to have genuine freedom, you have to stand with the Biafran government and pursue the restoration of independent state of Biafra. If you really want Mazen Nandekano to be free, you must be genuine in fighting for Biafra. Each time you fight for Biafra, you are fighting for the Mazen Nandekano. If you can remember one of the response that Cho Ayoba gave to this IPOB Nigeria when they confronted them. When they confronted Cho Ayoba told them, they asked him, what are you doing to release the Ambazonian leader? And he said, my goal is to restore Ambazonia. Once Ambazonia is restored, the leader will be automatically released. You don't have faith. You don't have to put your faith in the court of the enemy, because they will never favor you. That same enemy that came together to take you out will never do anything to your favor. We are getting into a very tough stage. Every Biafran must tighten their belt. Tighten your belt. We are getting to a strong stage. Tighten your belt. That is the way to go. Don't pay attention to propaganda and blackmail. Focus. And as you focus, Chukwu will give us victory. Go on, my brother Chukuma. You're welcome back.
Thank you, my brother. Network just kicked me out. Just like I was explaining to our brother and those that are listening to us. You see, our leader will just come out and be protected by the Biafra government, and that is all. So he's not going to come out and still remain under Nigeria, where his life will be at risk and will start to run away again. Secondly, concerning what you said that happened in Odimo State and how our brothers are reacting over there in Ghana when they talk about Biafra. See, my brother, I want you to understand one thing. Let not your heart be in trouble. Just this thing is a personal race you are seeing today. The decision you make today determines what will happen to you in future. Many people are for, many people are still on the line. Yes, what is happening in our villages today is collateral damages the enemy have done through those ones that have surrounded our leader before them, shouting, we are this, we are that. They are the most of the major problems who our Biafra government are solving now. And I want you to look around you or look around the zoo as you're outside Nigeria. Ask yourself, why is it that all these things that happen all over the zoo is not happening like that in Biafra land? Ask yourself, it is only in Biafra land you have peace. You can sleep and have your two eyes closed. That is the work of Biafra government in exile and federal government in Holland. That is one of the greatest achievements and success this people have made, to make sure that this kind of carnage that happened in other part of the zoo is not going on here. And businesses are thriving here. Just like our leader said that the calamity and the war will be on their own. But here we have economic crisis. And that's what we have, but upon that we are eating. So what is seen that happening in our place today is a fight of dying horse. You know, when a horse is about to die, he'll be struggling, kicking her legs, scattering anything that is around him. Once Biafra is declared on December 2nd, those things will be a bygone, because everybody will know where he or her belongs. You know that here is not your place. It's no longer zoo again. You go back to your place, or you stay with your dear life. So forget what is going on. I want you to continue to support the Biafra government and pray for them. That is the duty and obligation you owe them. Yes, all these things will be happening. And I want to alert our people and those that are listening to understand that this thing will not cease until Biafra comes. Even when Biafra comes, they will continue to operate in a systematical way. They call opposition, just like other media houses talking against Israel. That is the kind of things you see enemies doing. They will not rest. Even when you are working, they will continue to oppress you through social media. That is what Chukwu Abema has given us the media. So if you are continue to talk about the freedom of your people and support the Biafra government. Join our brothers and in the Ghana there to make sure you form a strong union, a strong family, that your voice will be heard whenever we do fundraising and other things. It is important. So don't be discouraged. This is part of the struggle, and we must continue. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. You have spoken well. Thank you so much. And that is a very good advice for every one of us. You must know that all of us must not agree. We must not agree. Everybody must not be in this struggle. There will always be a Judas. There will always be a Thomas. You don't expect to have 100% compliance. You will never see it. There are still people that are going to be fighting against this struggle. Don't allow that to deter you. The only thing I will advise you is to follow your conscience. Everything you hear, apply your common sense to it. Just like our Prime Minister is today, you will see many propaganda blackmail against our Prime Minister. I want you to follow carefully. When they tell you that Prime Minister Master Simon Ekpa is causing trouble, he's killing people, he's doing this, I want you to put your head on the ground. Go back. These people who are telling you these things, some of them claim that Mazen Nandekan is an angel. Mazen Nandekan is doing it well. We want Mazen Nandekan. Go and check these people. So many of them, when Mazen Nandekan was around, they were against him. So many of them were part of those who kidnapped Mazen Nandekan. Even when they tell us he was a good man, he is kind, he is not troublesome, he's not this. And again, with your own knowledge, go and listen to the messages of Mazen Nandekan. Then come back and listen to Mazen Simon Ekpa and tell me the difference between the two messages. Tell me the difference between the two messages. Mazen Nandekan was in the UK, preached hard, tough messages for more than a decade. He was never arrested one day or invited by the police. Never. Today, our Prime Minister Mazen Simon Ekpa is doing the same thing based on international law in a very lawful country. The only place where they can begin to persecute you unnecessarily is in a lawless place like Africa. In African countries where you have lawlessness is the order of the day. But when you are in a civilized nation, nobody is going to come after you as long as you are obeying international law. Self-determination is the right of every human being on the planet Earth. Self-defense is the right of every human being on the planet Earth. Everybody has the right to live and survive. And this is the message of our supreme leader. This is the message of our Prime Minister. How is that a crime? The person today that is leading the struggle is not a novice. He's a lawyer. He read international law. Somebody that has a law firm in this same Finland. How could you think that he'll be going against the same law that he read, he protect and defend? How? A politician in that same land. Today, initially they were telling us he was working for Nigerian government. From Nigerian government now, they say he's working for European Union. From European Union, they say he's working for CIA. How I wish we can work for CIA to get Biafra. How I wish that those people you're mentioning can help us to get our independence from the Zoological Republic. But all those nonsense they are talking doesn't hold water. If you are scared to join the struggle, stay away. We know that some of you, because of your selfish interest, because of your mushroom hotel that you have, because of one thing or the other, you don't want to support, you don't want to fight for Biafra. It's up to you. We can't force you. Everyone has a right to take their decision. But I bet you, that your personal interest will never stop the collective interest of all the Biafra people. Our collective interest is to be free, and we must be free. Let us hear this message from our supreme leader, Mazen Nandika.
They capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in? Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that a revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course, the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries, there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the NSAS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand, and stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one at that. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the presidency. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it. Because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never, ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never, ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai, like Atiku and the rest of them, and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer to live in all these countries, which means that ethnicity is irrelevant. What matters is the policies being pursued by any specific or particular government or regime, not where they come from. When people tell you nonsense about it is our turn, why don't we wait till 2023? They are only deceiving you. And if you allow yourselves to be deceived, things can only get worse.
Fulani terrorists will take over your land. Time and time again, I have warned you on this very matter, but some of you never ever listened. I told our Yoruba friends that this thing you're supporting.
That was a warning from our supreme leader, Mazin Nandekam, and every single thing he said there are actually playing out today. Every single thing he warned on that very place is playing out today. That is why at this time, we the Biafran people cannot keep silent. That is why we are moving with speed onto the restoration of Biafra. That is why we are preparing and we are going ahead to make sure that we do what we have to do. No matter the plans of the enemies, we will never, ever, ever, ever be silent. And we must continue to do what we are supposed to do.
Biafra. BFR, Raffle Jingo, my people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpanjoku, na him they carry us enter Biafra. He they play the show, no be lie. The good guy, Prime Minister of the Republic Government, in exile, went there for Obodo Yibo, Finland. With him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up. He go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you. And your picking them, I dey tell you, he can still bring ogbonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing dey happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. BFR, no sit down, no sit down. Look, na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra, where you they cry for sins. You go also win too, no play.
You are all invited to the Aludo State de facto government in Homeland Fort fundraising. Purpose of the event to support Finland Convention for Biafra Redeclaration. Date Friday 8 November 2024. Time 7 p.m. Biafra land time. Venue online via Zoom link. Mechuku Okike Abiyama bless you for yielding to this.
Alright guys, listen up. Alright guys, listen up. There's a lot of noise out there. Call it propaganda, blackmail, whatever you want. But don't let any of it shake you. No matter what they say, no matter what they try, Biafra's story isn't going anywhere. Freedom doesn't die just because someone tries to stomp it out. December 2nd, 2024 is fast approaching. It's not just another date, it's the date. The moment everything we've been fighting for comes alive. See, history's always been shaped by those who refuse to give up. Look around, you know what I mean? Some might tell you to sit back and blend in. But look where they got us in the past. It's those who stood tall, the ones who refused to be silenced, that made change happen. And guys, that's the spirit we need now more than ever. This is Biafra, and Biafra means not backing down. Now, let's take a moment to think about what it's gonna be like on December 2nd. Just imagine it. The world's watching, trying to figure out if Biafra will rise. And yes, all eyes will be on us, on the rising sun, on a people who refuse to give in, refuse to lose hope. You gotta stay focused. Keep the vision locked. Because when that day comes, you won't want to look back and think, man, I should have believed just a little more. You know, history books are filled with stories of people who had a chance and took it, didn't wait for things to look easy or safe, just like those who held on to their vision of freedom even when it looked impossible. That's where Biafra stands right now, right on the brink of something massive. Dear Biafrans, there's no stopping what's about to happen. The journey's been tough, no doubt, with propaganda coming at us from every direction, threats piling up, and a relentless flood of blackmail aimed at shaking our spirits. But here's the real deal. We stay the course. Because December 2nd, 2024 is right around the corner. Biafra's restoration isn't a maybe. It's a reality. You know, when you're fighting for freedom, you gotta expect resistance. Take any liberation movement in history. Think about the American Revolution or even the fall of apartheid in South Africa. These were battles where the people didn't back down, no matter how hard the opponents tried to knock them off course. Now, it's our turn. They're gonna say everything to discourage us, twist facts, and paint Biafra as a lost cause. But we know better, don't we? We're seeing it all unfold with our own eyes. We're the generation that's making this happen. And let's be real, December 2nd isn't just another date on the calendar. It's the day we've been waiting for, the day when all these years of resilience, of fighting back against suppression, come to fruition. You're gonna hear the skeptics, the critics, and the doubters in these last weeks leading up. But let's stay grounded. Let's remember why we started this. The rising sun's been on the horizon for too long, and now, it's breaking through. And wait a minute, let's take a second to think about this. Once Biafra's fully restored, think of the ripple effects. Imagine what it would mean for Africa, for other nations fighting to reclaim their identities. This isn't just about one people or one place. This is a statement. This is history in the making. So guys, keep your eyes on the prize, and know that the light at the end of this journey is brighter than any obstacle they throw our way.
My fellow Biafrans, you're welcome back. I thank you for being part of this program up to this moment. As we approach the December 2nd declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra, I have to remind you what to expect. Every one of us have to be focused. We have to be committed and know what to expect. And because of that, I'm going to play this very video from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile, to refresh our memories.
I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. What are the declaration of the 2nd December meant to achieve? At least it is no longer a question of uncertainty. It is no longer a question of whether we are unsure. But I believe the message of the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra on the 2nd of December 2024 has penetrated even to the bone marrow of the enemies. So the question, and the big question is, what do we intend to achieve? They have mocked us that we are in exile. But what the truth that they are not telling themselves is that we are not only in exile. We are actually more in the homeland than what we are in exile. The truth they refuse to tell, which they continue to deceive themselves, is that every blessed Monday in Biafra land, we demonstrate that we are not just in exile. We also control the homeland. The truth they have not told you is that whenever we issue any declaration on either civil disobedience or the forceful lockdown of the Nigeria state institution in Biafra land, like we have declared from the 28th day of this August to the 26th of September, those who call us government, those who say we are in exile, will start crying. They will start all manner of propaganda, panicking, sending military terrorists in our land to try to, see whether we can change our mind, thinking that by killing our people, the pressure will, force us to change our mind. These are the things that they are not telling those gullible, idiot criminals in Nigeria that are believing in one Nigeria just because they have found themselves in a safe haven where they can commit crimes, international crimes and cyber crimes, and they will be bragging in their various communities for making money through crime. So they lie to themselves that, oh, don't listen to him, they are just in exile. Yet, each time we make any pronouncement, it becomes a problem to them. So the big question is, what do we intend to achieve from the 2nd of December? My supporters in the United States, Biafrans in the United States, we have at least 2 objectives. We want to achieve 2 things from this 2nd of December declaration. These 2 things are the delegitimization of the Nigeria state within Biafra land and the legitimization of Biafra government within Biafra land and beyond. Our declaration will cover all grievances against Nigeria, the injustices against Biafra people by the Nigeria state, the harms suffered by the Biafra people within Nigeria. This has a standard way of delegitimizing Nigeria as an existing state and, of course, legitimizing Biafra as a new independent state. These grievances, the Biafra government have constituted a committee called the Declaration Drafting Committee that is putting and penning down every grievances we have against Nigeria. And there is the latest one, which is the student loan. Many of you have seen in the news that they have approved a student loan from every geopolitical zone, but they excluded Southeast, part of Biafra. That is technically accepting partially the declaration that is coming on 2nd of December. They're already telling us to go. But what they have refused to understand is that they don't define our map. We define our map. It is not them. They are still using the colonial mentality of giving them the demography, changing the demography for them. This is 21st century, where the people are wise and we know our boundaries. We know our land. You don't tell us where our land is and come from Yoruba land to tell us where your boundary ends, or come from the Fulani Caliphate to tell us where your boundary end, our boundary end. No, that was then. During the time of Usman Danfodio and during the time of Babangida, where you use your military degree to do whatever you want. This time around, it is not going to work like that. We know our boundary. Our boundary has been defined by the Biafra government. Our state and institutions has also been put in place by the Biafra government. So our declaration is going to state very clearly the grievances we have against Nigeria, why Biafra has come to become a remedy. Now, I use instances always, making references to the United States. Just as in the 1776 of the U.S. Declaration, when they become a new state, then they presented this particular new state of the United States as the only remedy the listed grievances for them to declare the independence of the United States. Biafra will be presented to the world as the only remedy to the insecurity that Nigeria has created in quest to bring the Islamization of Nigeria and, of course, that turn Nigeria into Islamic State. We are going to present Biafra government as a remedy to the United States, to the West, and to every other world power that cares to know. Part of the grievances will be the killings by the terrorists and the high-level corruption and political crisis that Nigeria has found itself today without any solution. Since the last election, which the European Union condemned, which the United Nations condemned, which the America condemned, and faulted everything that has to do with the result of the last election. Yet, they are recognizing the criminal who called himself Tinubu as the president. Because Nigerians are stupid. Nobody rise up against, because everybody have been captured and enslaved with terrorism. If you do the killing, the assassinating. That's why many of them are bragging. Whenever we talk, they say, Samanaka, come to Nigeria so we believe you. Do you know why? Because they think that we are going to be as stupid as those people that have killed in the past. Kensaro Wiwa, should we start mentioning them? Anybody that rise up to challenge the impunity of the Nigeria state, the terrorist state, they eliminate the person. What is the other name? The Yoruba man, Gani Kfawemi or whatever he's called. He was assassinated. These are people who think they can make changes within the Nigeria state. It's impossible. Even this criminal called Tinubu, he ran away. He would have been killed by the military administration then, because he thought that he can move, have any political movement, you know, to change whatever he want to change then, before he came back to become the governor. He ran away to exile, and probably France, because I know he has a very good relationship with people in France. Now, just like the United States, we are going to present Biafra after 2nd of December as the only remedy to the political crisis in Nigeria today. We will present Biafra as the only remedy to the upsurge of terrorists in the Sahel. I am telling you, nobody will see what we are doing today as a government in exile and don't give us that particular opportunity. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that as Nigeria as a failed state, the only remedy that will save the life of people and also save the interests of the West, because no matter how you want to say it, we still have to protect the interests of the West, which goes a very long way in making sure that our society still remain in a sane, we still remain in a sane society, both in conflict-wise, insecurity-wise, national security, and what have you. So Nigeria no longer function as a law-governed state, capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. My people of Biafra, our declaration in December is providing a remedy, providing alternative to the Biafra people and to the world, and to those who have business interests in the area, in Sahel area, Sahel region, and in Nigeria as a whole, because this is going to affect them positively. So Nigeria have found itself in a situation where they have become incapacitated. They are not capable of resolving every crisis that they are facing today. So the state is already a failed state. So what are we going to do in December 2nd? Our declaration will offer solution. And like I said, remedy, remedy, remedy to the economic crisis, to the insecurity, to the upsurge of terrorism, and what have you. And we believe that those who supported Nigeria to commit genocide against Biafrans in the 60s must be very ashamed of themselves today. Though we can see that many of them who are very corrupt, I am talking about those in America, for example, like, you know, some of them we have seen removing Nigeria from the list of, you know, a special interest of a state that you know, have committed crime against Christians, for example. Those who remove Nigeria without investigation, you know, they are struggling very hard, trying not to look stupid by their continuous support for the Nigeria, even when they knew that Nigeria is already a failed state. The more they try to revive Nigeria, following their fake diplomatic ties, and the more Nigeria will continue to fail them. So, my people, there is no two ways about it. This time around, we have come to outsmart the nomadic system of Nigeria. And of course, our aim and objective is to bring and restore true democracy in Biafra land, which will affect the entire region. After December 2nd, we will move to the next level, which I call the phase 2 of the Biafra liberation, which this phase 2 will see the establishment and the activation of the state institution within Biafra land, which is already functional as I speak. That will take over the Nigeria state functions, will take over the functions of other institutions from the Nigeria state, and that is the part of the delegitimization of Nigeria. And by announcing the United States of Biafra commitment to several international sanctioned principles, policies, and international recognized organization that Nigeria never had, we are going to make sure we approach every international organization that Nigeria has violated their treaties with impunity, providing Biafra to them and presenting Biafra as a remedy and alternative. With what we have done so far, we have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you can't forge any document in Biafra and present it anywhere. We have eliminated the possibility to forge document, unlike the runners and all the criminals in Yoruba land are doing. That's what they do. They make a living by forging. So my people in the United States, for those who are very, very unsure of what will happen after December 2nd, I am telling you now, giving you a hint. Our declaration of independence or declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be expected to legitimize the Biafra government in the eye of other non-terrorist states. This is going to take a very long time, and it requires many diplomatic approach, political approach, and of course, it also requires commitment from the Biafra government, which I believe we are not shaking from that end. In turn, we will be expected to recognize Biafra, and we don't care how long this will take. This kind of legitimization of Biafra state will be culminated in the quest or in our request or appeal to other states and international organizations to recognize the independence of Biafra. Our grievances that we expected to be listed on the declaration document has been drafted or has been drafted by our committee on the declaration of the declaration drafting committee will include the grievance declaration, the institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. I want you all in the United States to listen to this. Very, very important. We are going to have 3 major grievances in our declaration document. And so, if you don't know what we are doing, we are fighting Nigeria academically, we are fighting Nigeria with brain, we are fighting Nigeria physically, and we are fighting Nigeria with gun. So let me repeat it again. I said, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will cover 3 major grievances. One is grievances declaration, institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. And this different declaration will be elaborated during the time of our convention in Finland. So when you come to Finland, you're going to have first-hand information, and you are going to read the history, be part of the history, and stay where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans, who will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra, no, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing, they don't have the information, and they will never have the information. And even if they do, they will never support Biafra. And we don't expect everybody to support Biafra. Like I've said previously, even this Finland, when they voted 88 over 100, you know how many that voted for Finland Declaration of Independence. So what I'm trying to say is that the United States, those Biafrans in the United States, all of you must understand that the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in December is going to come with a heavy Edoakanono. Edoakanono to the enemies, both the outside and within. And so we are going to be taking a little bit step forward to the Idoakarano that is happening presently. It is a must. So those who think that Simon Ekpa is laughing at them or laughing with them, my brother, don't look at this laugh and this face. I have always warned, if you follow this face, you'll be deceived. I am not here with a clean eye, fighting for Biafra, fighting against Nigeria Islamic State, fighting against the terrorist state of Nigeria, Ejira Anyoma, and Osa Nigeria. Don't look this face, it will deceive you. I want to assure you that in the coming weeks, on this lockdown of Nigeria institution, is going to be a litmus test of what is to come. We will continue to prove to Nigeria terrorist state that they have lost every legitimacy to govern anybody in Biafra territory. That's our target. There is no other target we have. The reason why this 1 month lockdown of Nigeria institution in Biafra land is to prove to them that they have lost the legitimacy. And if they try to bring those terrorists to kill our people and put it on Biafra people who are ready to take it upon them or take it with them, we are not going to move any inch backward, in the sense that when they try to kill people, they say, oh, Simon Ekpa put the lockdown, they are locking. That is what. If you make yourself a willing tool, you have yourself to blame, and your family will ever regret allowing you to be used as a propaganda machine by the Nigeria state. Nothing is going to come out of it, I promise you. Do not fall a victim of the Nigeria state because of your hatred for freedom. Do not fall a victim of the Nigeria state because of the peanut you receive from the secretariat. Secretariat will be raised in time to come. I am telling you, we are still watching them. Let any secretariat open and you see what Biafra is going to do to that secretariat. That land belongs to us, and we dictate and decide how we use it. And after that, we will rebuild our land. So Biafra government needs your support to make sure that we achieve this particular step-by-step delegitimization of Nigeria until December, when we will have our convention in Finland.
Thank you, my fellow Biafrans, for paying attention. I played this very video to call your attention for what to expect from December 2nd. So many of us have been asking so many questions. So many of us have been looking forward and asking what to expect. This very video I played, you can go back and watch it again and again. It explains what to expect after December 2nd. The two major things we are expecting to gain from this December 2nd declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra is the legitimization of Biafra government and delegitimization of Nigerian government. The legitimization of Biafran government and delegitimization of Biafran government. And there are many processes to this. We will definitely get to that. The Prime Minister have explained it properly, and I hope you paid attention, you listened, and you have heard the explanation very clearly. You're welcome back, my brother Nicky. I think you had a very bad network.
Thank you. Happy New Month.
Thank you, my brother.
As Happy New Month.
Same to you. Wish you the same.
Thank you. So now the thing that the issue that I was holding in the hand before, before me couldn't say. Na anyị wawu ndị Igbo nọ n'obodo a na-akpọ obodo Ghana ebe a ịma na awụ mmadụ niile n'ebe a na-ama ihe a na-akọ na anyị wawu mụnwa so na ndị ọzọkwa na-awọchịkwa ya na briefing na YouTube, and some people a na-eme obere this joint group for WhatsApp emekwana na-epost okwu ebe a ndị a na-aghọta ihe na-eme. So when I just see, I saw the vote online. That's what I saw there for the freedom. I shot the freedom. So and when I just see, when watch, I see I request Biafra ID card. When I just came back, when it came in with the ban and me and Oboda, I can't ever.
Everything online. You send your application online. You apply online. You make your application online. As long as it be abroad, any place. So far they know how na Biafra. So far they know how na Biafra. Then ever apply. The only people that want to apply are people in Biafra land, people in Nigeria. You don't have to apply. But as long as you're living outside Nigeria, you can apply. You apply online, fill the information, and then it will be processed and sent to you.
Kelting is when we see the Eben Gap Emia to apply online.
Maybe the link on our website, the link that there. Each my number, only each my number. You can add me online, then I will send you the link. The link, or you go to our website, the Biafra website, on there. The link is not there on how to apply. Let me see. The link is there. About apply. So everybody can apply online.
Biafra. When we keep an handle Master Salmon.
Yes. You got Facebook, not Facebook, Twitter handle, Master Salmon ever. You will see it there. Let me see. Let me show you how to get there. If you are watching, let me see. Yeah. Just pay attention. You see, na Twitter handle Prime Minister. Then you have this place, biafrarepublicgovernment.org. Our website, Refuting. Here.
Okay.
Here. You click go here, kita. Obugegi. Obugegi the place here, I made the application. Obugegi here. Then you scroll down. Here. If remember the ID card.
Okay.
So you click on that ID card now, you will see, you click on that place where you fill the form. You fill the form and submit all the information that is needed. Once you fill make the payment for ID card, then the ID card will process. Let me see how the process of ID card will be sent to you. And make sure you are connected to your own liaison office. We have liaison office in Ghana. Connect to Biafra liaison office in Ghana so that all that you said there, it can be sent directly. The whole people in Ghana that apply, their own will be sent to the liaison offices, then it will get to you.
How can I get the this thing for Ghana here? The Biafra.
Okay, take my number, I will send it to you. Take my number, I will check it up and send to you. Take my WhatsApp number. You have my WhatsApp number?
No, boss. I'm coming. Can we send it again?
Okay, I'll give you my WhatsApp number. Just send a message there. I'm not going, then I will send you the contact for Ghana liaison office. My number is +447.
+4.
447.
447. 447.
864. 397. 169.
Okay, I'm gonna send a message on WhatsApp just now.
Yeah, send a message. So after the program, I will get the Ghana Ghana admin. I will send you a number for the Ghana admin so that you can contact them. They can equally help you with the processing and the other.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you, my brother.
Kelele mo batobie.
Oh yeah, no, watch. Oh yeah, no, those.
Emekiti Biafra.
Huh?
Emekiti Biafra. Come from Biafra. No, Sama Masim Nobi.
Go on. It's your
I'm not
turn.
Odogwa Garaga. Okay, Mowuni to anụmanụ na Moses bịara Moses a na mgbe anyị na-ekwu anụ maka okwu gbasara Moses but ugbu a na-afụ Moses n'anya wee kwere ihe m na-ekpere mgbe niile na-agụrụ ya ọfọ mgbe niile na ọ ga na-eje eje na-abata abata onwe mmụọ ọbụla gbachi n'ụzọ ga-eme gafe ya Jehova ga na-emere onwe ya afa n'ebe ọ nọ ihe ọbụla ọ yọrọ Jehova eluigwe ga-azi ya ala Biafra niile arụsị niile ndị ikenga niile nọ n'ala Biafra ga na-agarị ozu otu o si wee na-eme na ọ na-eme ya ka onye ọbụla nwee ike nweta onwe ya onye ọbụla nwee ike nweta olileanya na onye ọbụla o mere onye ọbụla nweta olileanya because nwa ala ozugbo hope na onwezi ihe dị otu a wee ga-eme since mgbe a nwudere nwoke ma a nwudere nna ya ukwu obi wee chukwu wee sị kei enwezigbo onye bifo mụnwa bịazịa nụ na enwere onye ọzọ Chukwu tere mmanụ wee gee olu mgbe ọ sị na nna ya ukwu sịrị anyị gee ya ntị na ọnya wabịa n'azụ nsi oke ngewezie ya ntị Jehova wee mere onwe ya afa na ihe ọbụla ọ na-ayọ ọ na-eje eje ma ọ na-abata abata ga-awụ ngọzi n'ebe ọ nọ otu aka m si ekwe ya n'oke kwuo ya n'orie kwuo ya n'afọ kwuo ya na nkwọ na ọ gazigo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that amazing prayer. I appreciate you. It is very wonderful. Even if there is nothing you can do, pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. It's very important. He needs our prayer. He needs our prayer. He's facing a great battle on our behalf. The battle he's fighting on our behalf is not a small battle, and we must continue to pray for him. Anytime you wake up in the morning, you kneel down, make sure you include our Prime Minister in your prayer. It is very, very important. Very important. Don't ignore praying for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He is doing a great job for us. As he is working for us, we must not forget to appreciate him. We must not forget. Every morning when you wake up in the morning, when you are doing your morning prayer, make sure you include him in your morning prayer. It is very, very important. He is standing in gap for us, taking a lot of bullets. He is taking a lot of bullets for us, and we must focus and also join him and also do the best we can for the restoration of independent state of Biafra. You must not look back. You must not ignore the reality of today. You must not look away. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is facing a great challenge. On our own behalf, he is standing in gap for us. He is fighting for us. He is facing the bullet for us. Every one of us, we must not relent in our effort. We must not look back. The challenge that is coming from all corners, from all angles, is very huge and great. And every one of us must continue to stand firm and stand strong until our freedom is secure. I can see my beloved brother, Machi. Machi, you are coming late. I'm rounding up and you are coming. So just give us the closing remark while we close the program. Go ahead, my brother, Machi.
All right, my brother, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. My greetings to you. Thank you so much for the good job you're doing. I'm so sorry. I've been trying not to why. The last time I wanted to come in, I couldn't even, whether it's network or what, I don't know. So a lot have been happening. I thank God for you people, for the steadfastness and the courageous spirit you people have, and then have been able to stand so firm and making sure that the enemy could not find their level, and they have been crying and crying and crying. This time around, it's just like what else would we do? They are totally confused because every effort they are making meeting a break wall, especially in this media ground. You know, they thought that we are still living in that dark age where they will use falsehood and lies and all this propaganda to blackmail people at the end of the day. They have made their match. Our prime minister have proven to them that they are completely those things. Those they will never work, and that's why I'm thanking you people at least being there to display the information. Whatever they bring in, it's just like before we just you people are doing it just the way our people normally say now. Just this uh, yeah, we are see imported. Can you so this is what let me know. Just my meaning now me. Ọ dị ka ọ na-awụsa ọ na-apụ ozugbo ozugbo mee dị ka mmiri zochakwa ile ọ dị ka azif na mmiri edo betile ọda grass nwere ike na-afụ mmiri na ahụ mana nke onwe anything na ọwụ ya ihe our this now proof so blackmail proof onwe anything nothing stainless. So my dear brother, I'm so happy. Everything is just like our prime minister will say ọkwa ihe kwuru ka a na-eme ihe kwuru ka a na-eme so and ha na-afụkwana ya. And the thing that is spending them today up to their bone marrow as it is today, because they thought that not be this one that we go this year. They are using all their propaganda, all their lies. Like as I always said, the zoo Nigerianists, they always like to use lies and thinking that maybe perhaps at the end of the day their lies will turn to truth. Today, they are seeing that all those lies can no longer stand, and they are crying. And I don't think which are the other option? There's no any other option because from day one, you have never have any truth in you where you can now say, okay, and you cannot go back. There's no truth in you. You don't have any evidence. You don't have any. You keep on lying and thinking that people will continue to believe you. So the thing is so amazing that we continue to defeat them in all angles. So thank you so much, my brother. I really have a lot, but because of time, like as you said, since you're about to close, even myself, even thought that I will not meet you, but I thank God I'm able to. Just let me see by the grace of God if I'll be having time and coming and making my own contribution as I should. So thank you and keep the good job going.
Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate your presence. We missed you. We have really missed you for all this while. We miss your presence. Biafrans miss you. And every time you come, your contribution is amazing. We know it's not easy for every one of us. Any little time we have, we come in and make our point known. The platform belongs to us, and we will continue to push out the information. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And Biafrans also appreciate you. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching anywhere you are watching from, I welcome every one of you once again. And I thank you for your patience being with us from the beginning to the end. We have spent almost going to 3 hours now on this program. And we have to call it a day to go and prepare for other things. Today is the first day of the new month. I wish you a happy new month. And in this month of November, the month that we've been waiting for, we are counting days to the declaration of the Restoration of Independence of Biafra. As we get to that day, prepare yourself, tighten your belt. This is not the time to pay attention to some useless blackmails that doesn't hold water. The beautiful things today, the great thing today, what will give you confidence is that there is nothing that our Prime Minister is doing in the secret. The only thing we ask you is to follow up. Follow him on his platform on Twitter. You will get every single information you need. There is nothing I know that you will not know if you are paying attention. Everything I know, you will equally know. Nothing is being done in secret. The only difference is that most of us pay attention. We pay attention, we listen, we hear. But some of you do not pay attention. You don't even investigate. You don't even use your phone to make research. If you do, you will have more knowledge than every one of us that is on media have. And you will equally come here and speak. We're only holding the platform. All you need to do is to come and express yourself and say your own views. And battle will continue. We are winning already. We are winning. The exit is compulsory and we are winning. We can see the light shining so bright. So my fellow Biafran, may Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect every one of us as Biafrans. May Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect our liberation army, the resistant fighters. Everyone that is genuinely fighting for Biafra, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of us. May Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect all our media warriors and all our speakers on various platforms, wherever you are. We pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to guide us, protect us, prepare us. His grace will continue to lead us until we get to the promised land. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect the de facto government in the whole land. We pray that Chukwu Okike will guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. Every one of us that is watching this program, we are going to be victorious and we are going to win. It doesn't matter the propaganda, the blackmail you hear. Do not shake. Victory is assured. We pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, for protection, for divine victory, for wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We pray for revelations. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for divine health, for divine strength. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for healing. We pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us very soon and we will celebrate him in his lifetime as a hero. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again next time when we come online. Thank you and stay blessed. See you next time.
Every day, you don't pay no to work in Gambia, so make a window to them. You win, you win, you win. You win, you win, you win. For Biafra. Raffle draw. In Finland. In exile. Raffle Biafran Republic Government in exile present a fantastic raffle game. Biafran Freedom Raffle BFR is a raffle sales in support of Biafran Freedom, which will be drawn and prizes given at the declaration of the independent states of Biafra in Finland between November 29 to December 10, 2024. BFR is for everyone amazing. Raffle prize is $20. Total winning prize $10,000. First prize $5,000. Second prize $3,000. Third prize $2,000. For more information and to participate, click https://www.biafrarepublicgov.org/raffle. BFR is for 2 months only. Hurry up and buy raffle sales for Biafra Freedom today. Buy for your children and grandchildren. Buy for your relatives, friends. Do your part now, because when we give all our needed support, God crowns us with Biafra we long for. Good luck and happy win. Raffle. Every day, we depend on you working Gambia, so make a window to them. You win, you win, you win. You win, you win.
You are all invited to the Aludo State de facto government in Homeland Fort fundraising. Purpose of the event to support Finland Convention for Biafra Redeclaration. Date Friday 8 November 2024. Time 7 p.m. Biafra land time. Venue online via Zoom link. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama bless you for yielding to this noble call.
Oshekure Onana Otare Biafra Takewe Takewe Ipo Urobo Avisoko Takewe
Urobo me avwavo we javani yanine upole onigede o miragwa Simon Ekpa Ujoko Biafra le amleta na mane vie kede tane ki devo la mane ko jola manina I Biafra o wono di o ire enere ombipo kilo miragwa Simon Ekpa Owotane Oyekari ha vo urabani Oyo miragwa amleta na oswe I Biafra opotori noko ehana lakaburena ehana obi Finlandi oyakada he ehana were ede ujegbirini le mena upovo rilidwe edera eme amekuive e hanana obodigo idonole oyibo ametane anye aka metana woki pole ike vikpalbo ove hana ukolo esosolo ke mwe soso vere hana aka ke John oyibo sene $10,000 then ukolive aka ke $5,000 ukolera aka ke $2,000 e hali Biafra na ubodele e haramleta na eko kokigo kone Biafra na waivu vielana pena sawo mrigo wo be Biafra na Biafra eko tolole rameta na oka nera vani pona jobi o ma bera vani so bitu awan je petana we javali kubo kugbe urubo na bena awan meta na Biafra esewo mu urubo ovovo wado
isoko wado mana wado wade hajo ruto no betero mavia evenube na 2024 eva ede ude gbo izi eva amara pegbovo bifiho edesa eva amara pegbive hanana oyo odibo no no visit ro rufo maro somai ba ho emi Biafran ma betemerie na re manigbo in Nigeria na ona oro maroviano na wako magbe re majeve hana owo ezaro no obetero mavia eva ezaro na owo no barobo atekyo igo ere ibo inarese dollar na wotekwo magbe hana na otiwo makowe worede uvenana ori uvenana re woko magbe re advertiser ezaro na ovetegwo agogo somai ovetegwo uzuazo somai keme matewu fo mamino matigbe brenu matigbe viovio jaha ere atane mevo wa ko magbe wade ijo isoko wado.
Every day we dey pray God to go kick up Biafra, say make we win to them. You win, we know. You win, we know. For Biafra, we know. Raffle draw, we know. In Finland, we know.
Alright guys, listen up. There's a lot of noise out there. Call it propaganda, blackmail, whatever you want. But don't let any of it shake you. No matter what they say, no matter what they try, Biafra's story isn't going anywhere. Freedom doesn't die just because someone tries to stomp it out. December 2nd, 2024 is fast approaching. It's not just another date, it's the date. The moment everything we've been fighting for comes alive. See, history's always been shaped by those who refuse to give up. Look around, you know what I mean? Some might tell you to sit back and blend in. But look where they got us in the past. It's those who stood tall, the ones who refused to be silenced, that made change happen. And guys, that's the spirit we need now more than ever. This is Biafra, and Biafra means not backing down. Now, let's take a moment to think about what it's gonna be like on December 2nd. Just imagine it. The world's watching, trying to figure out if Biafra will rise. And yes, all eyes will be on us, on the rising sun, on a people who refuse to give in, refuse to lose hope. You gotta stay focused, keep the vision locked. Because when that day comes, you won't want to look back and think, man, I should have believed just a little more. You know, history books are filled with stories of people who had a chance and took it. Didn't wait for things to look easy or safe. Just like those who held on to their vision of freedom even when it looked impossible. That's where Biafra stands right now. Right on the brink of something massive. Dear Biafrans, there's no stopping what's about to happen. The journey's been tough, no doubt, with propaganda coming at us from every direction, threats piling up, and a relentless flood of blackmail aimed at shaking our spirits. But here's the real deal. We stay the course. Because December 2nd, 2024, is right around the corner. Biafra's restoration isn't a maybe. It's a reality. You know, when you're fighting for freedom, you gotta expect resistance. Take any liberation movement in history. Think about the American Revolution or even the fall of apartheid in South Africa. These were battles where the people didn't back down. no matter how hard the opponents tried to knock them off course. Now, it's our turn. They're gonna say everything to discourage us, twist facts, and paint Biafra as a lost cause. But we know better, don't we? We're seeing it all unfold with our own eyes. We're the generation that's making this happen. And let's be real, December 2nd isn't just another date on the calendar. It's the day we've been waiting for, the day when all these years of resilience, of fighting back against suppression, come to fruition. You're gonna hear the skeptics, the critics, and the doubters in these last weeks leading up. But let's stay grounded. Let's remember why we started this. The rising sun's been on the horizon for too long, and now, it's breaking through. And wait a minute, let's take a second to think about this. Once Biafra's fully restored, think of the ripple effects. Imagine what it would mean for Africa, for other nations fighting to reclaim their identities. This isn't just about one people or one place. This is a statement. This is history in the making. So guys, keep your eyes on the prize, and know that the light at the end of this journey is brighter than any obstacle they throw our way.